Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. We're here for another movie review podcast tonight. Ida, I guess, well, the real intro and the beginning of the stream are two separate things. We do like a real intro when I actually start the recording bots, but we usually do a little preamble. So if you want to do whatever bit that you had right now, you can go ahead.
Yeah, just let me get out my notes.
Your notes, okay.
All right. First of all, while we're reviewing this movie, I would like to just remind you, Patrick Bateman is a psycho. He is an American psycho, and that is something that should
Yeah.
really be appreciated. We live in the greatest goddamn country on earth, and Patrick Bateman respects that. He has an American flag right in his house, and every morning he walks out and he screams, God, I love killing Arabic people. And that's
Wow.
truly the point of the movie, if you really get into the themes of it. Everything Patrick does is for America and Americans. Unlike that fucking idiot, Joe fucking Biden, in that Oval Office. Join me, and together we can come together and create a new America under President Bateman. All right, turn the fucking bomb off now. It's over.
All right. You see,
Turn the fucking music off.
you see that didn't have to be the intro. You could have just said you had a bit, and I would have
Oh
let you done
God,
it, done it with the recording
Riely,
bots.
what did you just say? It just fucking lagged out.
I said that bit didn't really have to be the intro. If you just told me you had a bit planned, I would have just let you do it with the recording bots there, because that was fucking legendary. And now the mega feed people aren't gonna hear it.
Oh God damn it.
All right. Well, it's time to start the show for real and give my much more underwhelming intro. Don't worry, this will be archived on YouTube forever, and I will maybe I'll clip it and try to put it in the podcast version.
Oh no! Do not say the F word in here, please, Jello.
Why does Jason even have the power to get in this call? I
Yeah,
set things up so that he didn't. Fuck.
yeah. It's like you have a problem with people coming into your streaming calls and saying
Saying
stuff.
slurs. All right, let me
Yeah.
let me start the show.
Now recording.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Riely Live Movie Review Podcast. I am your host, Riely, joined today, of course, by my wonderful co-host, Ida. What's up, Ida?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ida.
Welcome, welcome. So you guys missed out on Ida's like epic bit, like the funniest thing she's ever done. So if you want to see that, go watch like the first 3 minutes of the YouTube upload of this podcast. It was pretty legendary. But folks, today we are here to review the 2000 satirical horror, whatever the fuck this movie was, American Psycho.
Yeah.
So Ida, real quick, not anything in depth, but just a brief like paragraph little plot summary about what this movie was about.
Patrick Bateman is an American businessman, I want to say. It's never really elaborated on what his job specifically is in the movie, I don't think. Who is in the 80s, and he's basically this extreme conformist. He wants to have the newest, fanciest things. He wants to have all the money, spend it all on all the rich things so he can impress his rich friends. However, he lives a double life as a serial killer, possibly, and he goes around killing blonde women and sometimes his coworkers. And the plot of this movie is really hard to explain.
The plot of this movie was very hard to follow.
It makes a lot more sense on your second round watching it.
I mean, I guess the parts that are obvious made sense, but it was kind of hard for me to figure out like who Patrick Bateman is and what the life he's living entails. Because it seems like everybody he knows him under a different name, but they've also heard of the existence of Patrick Bateman. So I want to know how the fuck he's pulling that off.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, why,
Although
why do they not know what Patrick Bateman looks like and that it's this guy?
that's because everybody basically looks the same in this movie. They all have the same clothes, same outfits, buy the same things, do the same things, you
Oh,
know?
is that one of the like satirical bits in this movie? Is that nobody questions his fake names because everybody looks the same? Is that what
Yeah.
the meaning we're supposed to take from this?
Yeah, so I'm excited to hear what did you think of this movie?
I mean, it was pretty good. I'd even say it was great. I don't know. I feel like I was expecting like a 10 out of 10, and that's not quite what I got, but it was still very good.
Yeah, but well, we're not going to get into ratings until the end, right? So,
Yeah, no, not specific ratings, but I'm just saying spoilers. I've eliminated one of the not one of the 10 ratings I could possibly give it. It won't be a 10.
that's right, it's just gonna be a 9.9 repeating.
9.9 repeating. Fuck you.
So, in the first scene, we have do you want to cover that?
Oh, are we gonna go like scene by scene on this?
I mean, I can't really think of any other better way to do this, can you?
I mean, if that's how you want to go about it, just try not to do it like fucking Inside Zoidberg, where you spend an hour describing the first minute and a half of the movie.
So in the first scene, Patrick Bateman has just sat down with a bunch of his friends, right? And like his friends start saying some anti-Semitic things. And the first thing Patrick Bateman does is he says, um, "Hey, what does that mean?" When his friend says something anti-Semitic, and then after his
Doesn't he like make light of the fact that somebody's a Jew? And then Patrick Bateman's like, "What's that supposed to be?"
and then Patrick Bateman goes, "Hey, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks."
Which,
And at first,
holy shit, that blew my fucking mind. Do you know how many people have said that sentence to me? And it was probably a reference the whole fucking time, and I never knew. I never knew that that line was from this fucking movie.
I
I
bet
thought
you
people were just unironically telling me to cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. I didn't know it was a reference.
uh, I bet there were a lot of moments like that in this movie.
There are a lot of like statements that I remember like hearing around I couldn't give you another example right now. I guess the Huey Lewis thing, but I really only heard that from you when we had already decided we were going to review this movie.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the news? Anyway, moving on. Fun fact about that scene: there was supposed to be a scene directly after this that where Patrick Bateman um was extremely anti-Semitic, but it was cut.
Unfortunate. Truly, I would have loved to see
Hey,
that
cool
masterful
it with
cinema.
anti-Semitic remarks. Um, but um, but yeah. Um, so let's talk about this. When he goes
Sure.
up to that woman in the bar and he calls her an ugly bitch,
Yeah.
and she doesn't react. Nobody reacts.
I
She
mean,
just gives him his drink.
yeah, that about makes sense. That's probably what would
That
That's probably would have happened in real life, at least in the 80s. Maybe now some fucking girl bosses would be like, hey, don't you talk to me that way. But in the 80s, I think that's pretty much par for the course.
but no. She didn't even react. Nobody did. And here's the thing with this movie. Here's the big question. That like it's the big ask yourself question, you know. Are the killings real? Is this all in Bateman's mind, or is it real? Is the question the movie is trying to pose.
Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't even think about that as a possibility.
Yeah, so I guess we could jump to the end of the movie, but you know when Jean finds that
Yeah,
notebook with
she finds the notebook with like all the fucking murder drawings in it.
yeah, that's a theory that all the killings were fake. They were only in Patrick's head, but he never actually did any of them. And that's why Paul Allen is in London and somebody saw him.
You see, I thought the meaning behind that. Well, I guess I don't know why they saw him in London the first time, but the lawyer brings up having dinner with him in London, which I assume was the lawyer just being like, "Hey, I got you. You didn't do shit." That's what I assumed the meaning behind that was the lawyer
No,
was just
no,
cooperating with the narrative.
no. He actually had dinner with Paul Allen in London. That's the assumed thing. The killings were supposed to be fake, is what I get from the movie.
Is that like something the like creators have confirmed, or is it left ambiguous on purpose? Because I guess I see
It,
where you're coming from, but I don't really believe it.
it's left ambiguous on purpose. And it's basically one of those things where the director is saying, decide this for yourself, you little bitch.
I mean, I guess the question does arise of how the fuck would have Patrick Bateman gotten
You
away with all
understand
this shit?
what I'm saying?
What?
Riely?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Motherfucker. Riely?
Yes?
Oh god, okay, you're back. I didn't hear anything you just said.
Look.
Mother. Okay, you're still here, right?
Ida, calm down.
But what I was going to say is this is a movie where the director wants you to decide for yourself if the killings are fake. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, for sure. Um, I don't know. I mean, what I was saying before, I guess you didn't hear me because I started cutting out. And the stream also started cutting out, which is why I screamed, "Oh no," by the way, for those who didn't realize. Um,
Oh
so,
no. No, 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 no,
Ida, just
no.
fucking reset your internet connection, for fuck's sake. Just hang up, turn your Wi Fi off and on, and rejoin the call.
Fine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I turned my Wi-Fi off and on.
How? You were in the call the whole time.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Let's get back to the movie.
Alright.
So, do you want to talk about that opening scene where Patrick Bateman is talking about how perfect he is and like what kind of lotion and shit he uses?
Yeah, that got really in depth. That was like weirdly specific.
Well, here's the thing.
It was
Do
like
you want to know
5 minutes
something?
of I use this oil on my skin and then I use this thing on my hair, but I can't have too much alcohol in my aftershave because it makes you look old. And it's just like
Yeah, did you know that scene where Patrick is pulling off the mask and he does it perfectly? Like no breakage at all?
I mean, there's a little bit of gook left on his face.
Yeah, that was in one take.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't perfect, but close enough in one fucking take. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was pretty cool. Um
That does seem like one of those things that you like assume would take a million takes. Like one of those very specific like motions that a director's like, I have to get this right. But I guess they got it right.
but here's the No, 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 kick her.
Yep,
Kick
yep.
where she says it. Oh, thank God.
How do
No
I
slurs were
figure
said.
nobody's supposed to have the power? Oh, we're in the wrong fucking call. Fuck! That's why!
And we can't move because the bots are here.
Yeah, well, I guess I gotta keep my mouse close to the trigger, you know what I'm saying? Uh,
But can we talk about like the opening scene? I think it represents how fake everybody is. Nobody really cares about the type of oil that you use on your skin or the fucking ways you exercise. Those are just things that you do, you know? They're all very materialistic and they're done so you can show off to other people. It's done to show how hollow Patrick Bateman is, you know?
yeah.
I think that's what that thing is, underneath the I act like a human, I breathe like a human, but I'm not human. I think that's what that was about. Because he's so driven by material, he is basically not human. He's just going after material gain. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So what did you think, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess that particular part I wasn't really analyzing the meaning behind very strongly, but I mean, yeah, your explanation certainly checks out.
And I guess we should move on to that scene where Patrick is walking with that girl on the streets, and then the next scene is him going to the dry cleaners to get his sheets cleaned because there's blood on them.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what that was. I think I might have. I'm bad at paying attention. I don't think I noticed him like walking up to the girl. So I just saw like the blood in his sheets, and I'm like, who the fuck? Why didn't we get to see this?
Yeah, yeah, just cut away. It was implied murder.
Implied a murder. I see. I see.
And oh yeah, the business card scene.
Man, Patrick was really turned up over those fucking business cards.
Yeah, did you know that the actor could sweat on command for that scene?
That's uh, that's really impressive. Christian
Yeah,
Bale is pretty talented.
yeah. And this also is our first hint that like Lewis, you know, the Lewis scene is actually very important to this movie. I'll get back to that later.
What the gay Lewis scene?
Yeah, and in this scene, Lewis like starts trying to touch Patrick.
Did you? Were you getting a little hot under the collar, Ida? little.
No, I'm just pointing it out, Riley. But I really like the business card scene because like it just shows how again it's just another example of this movie doing the same thing really well, which is what this movie is known for. But everybody's the same, and they're having a dick measuring contest over fucking business cards, and they're all the same,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
they're mentioning like the specific like names of like the colors and shit and like the font, and it's just like completely absurd.
Yeah. Um.
Why did your mic suddenly get worse?
Probably because I'm moving around.
Yeah. The old rules still apply. You can't move a fucking centimeter during podcasts because we can hear it all.
I'll get a new mic.
Yeah, please do.
Oh. But all right, let's check my notes again. Oh yeah. All right. What's the first killing in this movie? Is it a blonde? Well, besides that girl on the street, isn't it Paul Allen?
Yeah. Paul Allen is the first murder we see on screen, and that was really interesting. I just found it amusing just how fucking enthusiastic Patrick was about fucking Huey Lewis in the news. To just like discussing the intricacies of their music as he prepares to commit a murder and then does so.
Well, here's the thing. I think the thing is this movie is I think Patrick Bateman kind of hates himself and hates this fucking fake business type. I think that's what this is.
Fuck.
What?
Stream went down for a minute.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna have to fucking. Well, I guess your opening bit really is lost forever because I am gonna have to upload the Craig recording to YouTube as well because we're gonna lose connection intermittently, I think.
So wait. The opening bit is lost? How? I thought there was a VOD.
There is a VOD, but the VOD's gonna be fucked up because the stream keeps going down. So I'm gonna have to upload the MP3 to YouTube as well, which means that little opening preamble will be lost, unfortunately.
Oh god damn it. Well, if you were here from it,
If you were here for it, you were part of a legend. So literally only Demigloom can can state that she was here for such a thing. Was Demi here by
Hold on.
that point? Probably. Literally only Demi Bloom can
Hold on.
state. What? Why are you watching the stream? What are you doing?
Shit, how do I go back? Um,
What are you doing?
Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? But the Paul Allen scene, can we talk about like the meaning behind it? Because like he starts talking about the lyrics to it and how they mean stuff. And the lyrics are about being in this fake corporate lifestyle. You know what? I'm gonna stop repeating the same fucking thing 1,000 times. You know what the meaning is. He hates the corporate lifestyle that he lives in, and so he kills because of it. It makes him angry, what he is.
Yeah, so he takes out that anger by murdering women.
And Paul Allen.
And Paul Allen. Well, Paul Allen's he's very feminine. You can count him.
Oh, do you want to fuck Paul Allen? I'm
Well,
sorry.
I didn't say that. No.
You getting hot and heavy, Riley?
But I don't know, Ida. Okay, don't fucking.
But but
Mm-hmm.
oh, Willem Dafoe. Can we talk about the Green Goblin in this movie?
The green.
We can rule this city, Patrick.
Can Patrick Bateman come out to play? But no, Willem Dafoe is pretty good. There wasn't a lot of him in the movie though. He played a shockingly little role than what I thought, considering he got second billing. That's because nobody else really plays a significant role in this film besides Patrick Bateman, really. Like it all revolves around him. He is like very much a central main character, which is fine for this narrative. But I just was expecting more involvement from Willem Dafoe, considering he got second billing.
I mean, the only really recurring characters, I guess you could say, are Willem Dafoe and Jean, right?
I mean, his like asshole friends recur too. Like characters appear at multiple points in the movie. I'm just saying that none of them really get like any focus because it's all about Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. All right, moving on. What was after that besides the Willem Dafoe scene?
Ida, if you think I remember the order of events, you're sorely mistaken. Usually how the show goes is we just jump around for an hour and just like discuss scenes that come to our heads. I'm not really used to this whole going in chronological order thing, so don't ask me.
You're not you're not used to this whole being a good streamer thing.
No, no, no. I'm used to being completely unprepared and unprofessional. This is you're throwing me for a loop here.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God, Andrew.
I'm not that Andrew. Not that one.
I wasn't saying that, but I was
That's
simply.
not what I was doing. I was looking at my phone. I got a text message. Yes, it was from Andrew, but
And that's why he said, "Oh God." Stop
he
thirsting about Andrew. I,
shut
s-
the fuck up. It's not that Andrew. It's an Andrew. He's 1 year older than me. It's not the 15-year-old.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm not even implying that it's our Andrew. I'm simply saying it's a guy named Andrew who you're thirsting over. I have not even yet attempted to imply that it's the Andrew that we know.
yeah, but people are gonna think that
Well, maybe
anyway.
you shouldn't thirst for Andrew.
I'm not
Is
thirsting for Andrew.
away at Angel from Hell Zero.
Shut the fuck. Moving on, do you want to talk about how he called Yale a gay school for gay people?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. But I also really like how he tries to show off to the detective, you know. He tries to bring his expensive beer or whatever into play. He tries to like make sure the detective knows that he is very rich.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of. Fuck, why can I not form a cohesive sentence? I don't know. He brags about how rich he is a lot to plenty of folks.
Yeah, but he just does it to everybody, even when he's being investigated, is something that I found was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Jussie, don't post Jussie in my fucking chat, Ida.
Oh, what's wrong? You afraid?
Am I afraid of the Jussie? No,
Hold on. The Tussie?
I didn't say Tussie. I said Jussie.
No, I said Patussie.
Oh no, nah, that doesn't do it for me. It's gotta be Jesse Pinkman.
Um,
What if
I,
Saul Goodman was Patrick Bateman's lawyer? I think he'd be set. No prison time for him.
Hi, I'm
He
Saul
just has
Good.
to he just has to call Saul, and then everything will be fine.
I like that scene in Better Call Saul where Saul goes, "It's
It's
lawyering
Solin
time,"
time.
and then fucking Goodman's all over him.
It's he Goodman's all over those guys. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Let's go to the second page of my notes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Right after the card scene, we skipped a scene where he killed the homeless man,
Oh yeah, that was a good scene. You really get to see just like how awful he is.
and then
That
he
that
fucking kicks his dog.
Yeah, which I'm sure you got off on that. You hate dogs.
Yeah, I do. I did.
You did get off on that. I'm glad. You know, we can keep going through this. I feel like we're being very awkward, so I kind of want to go through my notes, which are like mismatched and clustered, because I took these notes down because I had something to say about them, just to like have a conversation. And then if you want to go back to going chronological, that's fine. But I feel like it feels a little awkward, so I want to
All
go
right.
through. I want to go through my notes for a minute. First of all, I wanted to know, Ida, there were tits in this movie. Did it ruin it for you? Did it ruin your experience?
No, I gotta see Christian Bale naked, so that made it up.
That makes up that makes up for the tits. Okay, understandable. My next note, which reminded me that I have these notes, is in all caps. Fuck Patrick Bateman. He stomped on a dog.
Wow.
Listen, that's the worst thing he did in this film was when he stomped on that dog and when he's about to shoot that kitten. Those are the two worst things Patrick Bateman ever did. All those like women he killed,
Well,
that's fine. But
to, to be
when you
fair,
kill a dog or a cat, it's not cool.
he did not shoot the cat.
He would have.
He didn't, but he shot a woman instead, so it's not
Yeah,
as
yeah,
bad.
that's more based.
Do not clip this.
This bot ain't gonna be around to clip for very long. Trust me. I think
What do you think?
we've already delved into that territory. Um,
Wait, really?
uh,
Already?
I mean, I feel like maybe not. Maybe this VOD could stay up, but
I don't think we've said anything that's ban worthy.
weren't you talking about like killing Arabic people earlier? I'm saying that killing women is okay. I think I might have to delete this VOD.
Well, hold on. You said that part wasn't gonna be up on this VOD.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the whole VOD isn't going to be around to clip for very long. That's what I said.
No, no, no. When you upload this to YouTube, you said whatever.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Ida, when I say that I had to delete the VOD, I am exclusively talking about Twitch. I don't care if any of this shit gets on YouTube. It's just that I don't want my Twitch account banned, and Twitch mods are the worst.
I mean, hold on. I can download it really fast. I know a way.
That's Go ahead. Again, I'm putting it all on YouTube.
I just leave the VOD up for like 5 minutes.
The only reason I said I wasn't gonna put this VOD up on YouTube is because the stream kept going down, so the VOD will be incomplete. That's the reason I'm not gonna transfer the VOD right from Twitch to YouTube.
All right.
But
Anyway,
anyway,
moving,
so
moving on,
so
moving
American
on.
American Psycho,
What do
by
you
the
mean?
way. But yeah, I am moving on, Ida. Jesus. American Psycho, by the way, best Christmas movie of all time.
Oh yeah, the Christmas scene
He goes to a Christmas party. That makes this a
with his
Christmas movie.
that I hate. No,
This is my favorite Christmas movie, American Psycho.
no.
Ida, I just want you to know you will not I might even pick it next. Not next because we've already decided what I'm picking next, but you are not. I think I tried to plan a review of this with you and it never happens. Fucking Ghosted, A Christmas Story. That was with you, right?
I don't know what that is.
The
Never heard of it.
I think it was with you. I think I tried to do it twice and both times it fell through. But it's like a really shitty Christmas movie that we scheduled reviewing back when we were doing our old show and we just didn't do it because I think you like disappeared. And then we tried to schedule it for the Rad movie review podcast that I did with my friends Alexis and Dakota, and we ended up because it was the way I had set it up. We were supposed to review Shaun of the Dead, and then one of the people who were supposed to guest star and they picked the movie Shaun of the Dead said she couldn't make it. So we switched movies to Ghosted, A Christmas Story. But then the girl was like, I can make it actually. So we just reviewed Shaun of the Dead. So twice I have been denied Ghosted, A Christmas Story. So it's coming. I will subject you to that film.
Yeah, and I know what we're reviewing next, and I'm not happy about it.
You don't want to see the All American Girl, Ida?
No, I'm gonna be the one that has to pick the good movies.
I'm not gonna do bad movies every time. Just the first two times. I just want to make you watch American Psycho 2, and then I want to make you watch Ghosted, A Christmas Story. Or is it? I think it's Ghosted, The Spirit of Christmas. I always get the title wrong, but it's a stupid pun title. It's really the movie's bad, but I want to talk about it on podcast. Listen, the most legendary podcast we've ever made was about fucking Rodeo and Juliet, and that movie was awful, but we did a great podcast
The
about it.
most legendary podcast I ever did was when I fucked Mo Diggity.
Oh, I don't think that's legal. You might want to rephrase.
It's okay, I was on top.
Oh no.
Moving on.
Yep. So yeah, this movie's a great Christmas film. So again, my next note is we already discussed this, but I don't know how fucking Patrick Bateman just like convinces people that he's other people and they don't question it at all.
That's because everybody looks the same, they all buy the same clothes, etc., etc.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you not know? It's like I asked the same
They
question about like
all
every like superhero costume. That's just like an eye mask and like a suit. Like if I dressed up like fucking Superman, you'd still know it was me.
I mean, yeah, but like nobody's gonna call you out on it if you actually are Superman.
I think I think they would call you out on it immediately. I think there are plenty of fucking people out there who run a fucking news show and want to get some ratings who'll be like, "Oh, Superman is Riley Brooks."
Dang, that's a great disguise then.
Yeah. It's a really thorough. I have like a fat suit that I wear when I when I'm in my civilian cover. It really works out well. But then there was I just really like how Patrick Bateman like discusses music. Like just this interesting like intellectual takes and perspectives on people's music careers. Fucking Huey Lewis, fucking Whitney Houston.
Like when he did Susudio and like with the strippers and such.
Yeah. He just like he sits around with all these people and starts like explaining music history. And it's great. I love this guy, except I don't because he killed a dog, so I can't love him. But if he hadn't killed a dog,
Dude,
I,
killing dogs is so based.
it's not. It's not true. Also, I just want to say the quote the quote that made me laugh out loud in this film. Like the first time I had to like pause it to laugh was fucking just the delivery on Patrick Bateman when
Mm.
he has the hooker in the tub and he says in like the most like stoic delivery possible, I want you to clean your vagina.
That my moment was similar. It was well, don't just stand there, eat it.
Yeah, don't just stare at it, eat it.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
Eating ass is mandatory when you're with Patrick Bateman.
Someone's ass is getting eaten.
Maybe literally. I mean, he admitted to eating some brains. So maybe he ate some ass.
Why
You
would
know?
you ever? Why would you, if you were a cannibal? Why would you ever eat the brain? That's like the one part that can give you a dangerous disease.
Wait. Why do you know the logistics of consuming the human brain? Do you have something to tell us, Ida? Have you contracted a fatal disease from that thing that you did last summer?
No, it's because I'm smart. I only eat the thighs and the arms. That's where the nutrition.
Oh, oh, okay. As long as you're smart about your cannibalism. But yeah, that was another scene that got me. The other line before he tells her to eat the asshole, which is also funny. But even funnier was when he get down on your knees so Sabrina could see your asshole. That whole scene with the two hookers was fucking gold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Get down on your
Um,
knees.
Jean, do you want to talk about Jean? She is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Jean is like Pat's assistant, and it's obvious that she kind of like Pat. She kind of likes Pat because she puts up with his bullshit. You know,
Yeah,
Pat is very, very just like fucking cruel to Jean for some reason.
well, cause he's a dick. Ida, I don't know how to tell you this. Patrick Bateman, not that great of a guy.
I thought he was pretty based.
Yeah, no, you're right. He was awesome. Never mind.
He's kind of an, I can't say that word on Twitch.
Wait, what word?
The one that
What's?
begins with I.
Oh, well, he's not. He gets laid in this film.
Yeah, but this is like an I movie, you know?
I've heard that it's an I movie. Yes,
It is, but it's still very good, you know? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Gene
even though,
is
as
like,
Jason pointed out, this movie was directed by a woman, and the book was written by a gay person, and yet a bunch of misogynist, homophobic incels love it.
you can't say that word.
Fuck. Well, that's the final nail in the coffin for this VOD.
All right, just leave it up for like 5 minutes. I'll get it.
You know, the stream hasn't been dropping, so I'm probably just gonna post the VOD to YouTube. Like, if it missed that like fucking 2 minutes, like whatever. I just thought it was gonna keep happening. Was why I said that I would do it that way.
All right, let's
So
go.
your opening
Right,
will be preserved, Ida, unless the stream starts crashing again before we're done.
all right, all right, all right. I would like to say, the chainsaw murder scene. That was my favorite scene.
The chip. Fuck, you can't talk about your favorite scene
Oh
yet.
shit, yeah, fuck.
Damn it.
God damn it.
But yeah, the chainsaw murder scene was pretty sick. What I thought was interesting about this, so I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTube channel Dead Meat and their series The Kill Count.
I don't
But
know. No.
if you're not, very good YouTube channel. They do kill counts of horror movies, and they it's just interesting. It's very interesting. The guy who runs it is very talented. It's a good channel. I would recommend it to anybody. A lot of people have already heard of it. It has like a few million subscribers, but if anybody hasn't heard it, I would recommend it. And so the what was her name? Christy, the hooker.
That's
Um,
what That's what Pat calls her. She
oh yeah,
comes
she
in
she doesn't know.
and
He doesn't know her name. He just like invented one for her.
yeah, and then Sabrina was the other one, but she doesn't make a return.
Yeah, so Christy, she does what is known in the horror movie circles as a final girl circuit, as you would say. She like runs away. She like sees all the fucking murder that Patrick has committed, which the common horror movie trope is that happens to the girl who survives. Like the girl who survives runs the circuit, sees all the fucking bodies and murder, and then she just barely escapes with her life. But they turn that trope on its head because she does not make it out.
In like, it's so cool. I just like, and the thing is, that's like when she's banging on the doors, right?
Yeah, she's like banging on
That,
the doors. She like starts like going in places and seeing like all these fucking bodies that fucking Patrick has stored.
but
Patrick's
she's
chasing her
bang,
naked with a chainsaw. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sick.
yeah, but she's banging on doors in the middle of like a populated apartment, right?
Yeah,
And the
and
reason,
nobody answers the door.
and this is another thing that supports the theory that the killings are fake. Because, obviously, if the killings were real, people would answer the doors and they would try to help her, right? They would hear a chainsaw and a girl screaming, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, I guess that theory does hold credence. I just feel like I don't want to believe it. Might be my honest opinion, because that kind of sours the movie for me.
Well,
But
here's the thing, it's left up to your interpretation.
yeah, I assume because this is considered to be a satirical film. I assume there was some sort of like satirical meaning behind that. Like people are just like in their homes, they don't give a shit, so they hear like screaming and knocking, and they're just like, I'm just gonna keep
Here's,
watching TV.
here's the thing, it's like people are so self-absorbed
That they
in
don't
this,
hear the chainsaws and the screaming exactly.
they just don't care. Yeah.
But
All right.
let me see if I had anything else that I wanted to talk about in particular. I don't want to add friends to my group chat. Fuck you. I keep like all of my notes and like shit that I want to keep in a Discord group chat that I'm the only member of.
Mm.
I thought I thought it was funny that you had mentioned the scene with Lewis, the scene where fucking Patrick Bateman is about to just strangle Lewis in the public bathroom, and then he interprets that as like a sexual move, and Lewis is like, "Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Daddy Bateman."
yeah, yeah. That's something I want to talk to because he does the same thing with Jean. Not exactly the same thing, but he's about to kill her and then he stops. The same thing with Lewis. And the thing that's similar about these two is that both Jean and Lewis show genuine, real affection towards Patrick Bateman, and that's what stops his killing. Because he realized he's not just killing this fucking material monster that's only going after material shit. He's killing actual human beings. That's why he washes his hands after Lewis.
Yeah, that's fair. I just thought the scene was really funny. I guess the deeper meaning behind it makes it more interesting, but that was really funny. I guess he's just into choking. He thought it would. He thought Patrick just knew his kink. But anyway, the real best scene in this movie is when purple Patrick Bateman was flying around.
God damn it! God,
And
it's an in joke
Christy was in a cage hanging over fire.
if you don't know it's an in joke. It's something. I really liked the submarine scene.
That's pretty good.
It's an in joke. You wouldn't get it
Yeah,
if you don't.
go listen to the Dragon Ball superhero episode of the show, or don't really. That might be my recommendation. Uh, but also the climax of this movie, right? Or I guess what you could consider the climax when Patrick starts going on a pretty public murder spree and gets chased by the cops. Um, Patrick Bateman fucking solos four cops.
Yeah, he also solos an old lady.
Well, yeah,
Um,
he solos a bunch of civilians too, but like the fact that there were four armed cops and they were unsuccessful in taking out Patrick Bateman.
yeah, the feed me a stray cat. He walks up to an ATM and it says, "Feed me the stray cat," which again supports that the killings are fake because obviously.
Yeah, I mean obviously there is some level of psychosis in Patrick Bateman. Like not everything in this movie is surface level, but I assume he's committing murders. But
Yeah,
maybe that he's not. That could be true.
When I first watched this scene, I was like, this has to be some sort of dream segment or something, right?
I did assume like obviously that's part of it's up to interpretation, right? Because that scene does make it obvious that there is some level of like hallucination hallucination and like psychosis to how Patrick Bateman perceives the world. But to what extent is what the question is. Like he could still be out committing murders, and those could be real. But when ATMs tell him to feed stray cats, that's a
But that
little
doesn't
bit.
happen to you? That's not normal?
There was this one time, but it asked me to feed it a dog, so this movie isn't realistic.
All right. Yeah, and I also like the buildings that he walked through, the two buildings. They look so similar, and I love that. Like they
Yeah, I
look
thought it was the same building twice.
it wasn't. That's what I
I,
thought on the first watching too. But I love it that they're not. They have subtle differences. And I love it because everything looks the same, everything feels the same, everybody is positioned the same, which really goes to show how everybody looks the same during this timeline, you know? Everything is the same, there's no uniqueness or anything, it's just the same.
yeah, that's true.
I really liked. Yeah, I've been fucking ruined ever since I took that film class. God damn it.
was was that after our old show? Is that gonna be a new change? She's too pretentious now. That she
Yeah,
took
I
a film
took.
class.
Yeah, I took a film class. I now know. Oh, you have to interpret the colors as emotions, and it's like stuck in my brain now.
You see, I'm usually really receptive to that, but it's like case by case. So like, I feel like this is gonna be a kind of an awkward podcast because like half the time you're gonna say shit, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sure. But the other half we will get into it because I do occasionally have an intellectual thought or two about a film. So we'll see, we'll
Those
see
are your.
what catches your attention that also catches mine.
Those are like your three remaining neurons. You know.
Yeah, yeah, my three little neurons floating around.
All right. Okay. Do you want to talk about that house scene where he goes to the house and all of the bodies are just fucking gone?
Wait, when was this?
When he goes to Paul Allen's house, and the lady is like, I think it's time you better leave.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And then all of the bodies that we saw there earlier are just gone.
Okay, maybe it wasn't real. Now that you point these out to me, it becomes more and more obvious that this was fake. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to surrender to this.
I mean, here's the thing. They could just be. I think. I think Patrick Bateman has some sort of. I think the killings are partially real, but I think Pat Bateman has some sort of level of separation between them. He imagines them as how he would like them to be. He wants to be this perfect badass serial killer, but he's not, is I think what's going on.
Here's the big brain theory: the only real murder is the homeless man. The rest of them are fake, but that one was
Mhm.
real.
Although I want to say that there's an interesting theory on this because you know how Patrick got his position because of his father?
Is the theory that he killed his father?
No, 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 no. The theory is that his father covered up the killings with that house because he didn't want his name ruined.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that works.
Yeah, yeah,
It'll be
yeah. I think.
interesting to see if there's any level, anything close to this amount of intricacy in American Psycho 2. I know you're so excited to watch that film.
I'm gonna fucking American Psycho you.
Oh no! It turns out Ito was the real American Psycho all along.
Patrick, it was you. You were
You
the
were the
American
American
Psycho.
Psycho!
How do you know about that?
I don't even know. the original. I don't even know if I know the original, but I've seen memes reference that.
Mm.
The one that I saw was, I believe, a comment on, it might have even been my Breaking Bad video, where it it's Hank and he says, "It was you. You were the one who was Breaking Bad."
That started with American Psycho. It was a clip where somebody edited in like a freeze frame of Paul Allen as Patrick's about to kill him, and then he goes, "Patrick, it was you. You're the American Psycho."
Pretty good. This movie is like meme magic. There's a lot of meme bullshit in this film.
I'm going to collect some videotapes.
Some videotapes.
I really like that. All right. So the ending where he says where he goes to the thing and talks to the lawyer. What do you think about that?
You see, I mentioned that earlier. That was very interesting, where the interpretations can vary on scenes like that. Because my immediate assumption, what I took from that scene was the reason the lawyer was like acting so like, "What are you talking about?" was to cover Bateman's tracks because he's his fucking lawyer. So he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, no, I just had dinner with that guy last week. You couldn't kill him." Like I thought it was just like a wink wink situation.
My thing is, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, because everybody looks the same and everybody is constantly being confused for everybody else. Maybe he did have dinner with Paul Allen, maybe he didn't, maybe it was just a guy that was like him.
Well, my
It,
my interpretation is that he never had dinner with Paul Allen. I'm surmising that he made up having dinner with Paul Allen in order to give Patrick Bateman an alibi, or plausible deniability that Paul Allen was murdered. Rather,
my interpretation was that he did either actually have dinner with Paul Allen, or he just had somebody dinner with somebody else who was exactly like Paul Allen because everybody is the same in this movie. Maybe Patrick Bateman didn't even kill Paul Allen, it was just a guy he thought was Paul Allen.
whoa. No, but
Yo, dude,
he was handling the, what account was it? I don't remember.
Rothschild?
Yeah, somebody's account.
Something like that.
I'm handling the handling the account. But this movie was like trippy. Like it was very hard to follow in like the most interesting way, where it's like, what did I just watch?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I really like this movie, you know?
Yeah, I like it too, but like I like that feeling that it gave me, but it's it's interesting where it's like I have no idea what the fuck just happened, but I'm interested.
Alright, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Um Well, real quick, Ida, I don't know if you remember. It's been a couple of years. We haven't done this on any of the episodes you've been on so far. But now that you're my co-host again, you have to sit through it. Um, it is tradition on the show that I thirst over female characters that are in the movie. Um, and there was one specific girl. Like a lot of the girls, like they looked fine, but none of them really caught my eye, except for this is a scene near the end of the movie. The one where he has Christy over again. That redhead chick who
Oh
like I
god,
I guess he's
redhead
known
chick.
for a long time. The one that he murders under the sheets right in front of Christy.
You want to talk about how you're gonna fuck the redhead?
I mean, redheads are hot. What can I say?
Alright, fine. If you get to do this, I get to do this too.
Okay,
Um,
who do you want to fuck in the movie? Patrick Bateman?
Patrick Bateman, I would prefer not to be murdered. I'm gonna say the hottest character, actually Willem Dafoe.
You know what? Willem Dafoe is pretty hot. I agree.
Fuck you, Spider-Man!
Okay.
Do you want to move on to favorite scene and rating?
Well, you forgot. Those are questions 2 and 3, my friend. You forgot question number 1. So, Ida, let me ask it to you. Who's your favorite character?
I mean, come on, it's Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any other choice here. This is again is very much a character, like a main character driven piece.
If
Like
yeah, sorry.
like in your normal average film, you might have like, the main character has like half the screen time, and then like the secondary main character has like a third, like enough so that they could theoretically be your favorite character. In this film, it is very much Patrick Bateman centric, and I think the character with like the second most screen time was his secretary, whose name I forgot, and she might have
Jean.
had like 20 minutes of screen time.
Her name was Jean.
Jean,
Uh,
yes.
yeah, there's really no other character besides Pat Bateman. So, favorite scene. What was your favorite scene?
You see, that's a hard one. There are a lot of good scenes in this film. I think it might be the murder of Paul Allen, because I just really liked how enthusiastic Patrick Bateman was being about explaining Huey Lewis in the news as he just like prepared to commit a murder and then just did it with such a smile on his face and then just like really went ham with the axe and it's like, try to make reservations now, you motherfucker. Like that was great. I love that scene. I think that it'll go to that for me.
I thought that one was really cool. You already know my favorite scene because I accidentally said it, but
The
the
chainsaw
chain.
murder.
I thought that was so badass how he like basically dropped the chainsaw on Christy and fucking murdered her. I thought that was so cool because it was just awesome. He was running through the hallway naked. It was like, a true Leatherface or like, um Texas Chainsaw moment,
Which
Like it just
there is a brief moment in this movie where Patrick Bateman is watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre
yeah, that's
while
true.
while he's doing sit-ups.
It's just a normal thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. What, you don't watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre while you exercise? What are you doing with your life?
I've actually never watched that movie.
I watched it like once when I was like 14 at a friend's house.
All right, I know what I'm doing next then.
Oh, really? Damn. Maybe I'll make you watch one of the shitty sequels to that movie.
I have to find a movie without any shitty cast out people.
You keep pitching me these amazing classic films, but I know that there's stupid, shitty sequels that I can subject you to.
You have to ruin the movie. You have to ruin everything.
Yeah. The dramatic irony of the show is every time Ida pitches a movie, there will be a shitty sequel that she doesn't know about, and I'll make
But
her
if
watch it.
it's a bad movie, it's gonna be a really good sequel, though.
That's true. Are there bad movies with good sequels?
There are probably some. Do you want to
Hmm.
move on to the ratings because I really have to go to the bathroom?
God damn it, Ida. Okay. Uh, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm not gonna give it a low score by any means, but I also don't know how big of an accolade I'm gonna give it. I've had this number in my head for a while. I think I'm just gonna commit 8.5. 8.5 out of 10 for me. What about you, Ida?
For me, I really, really like this movie. It's definitely on my top five. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. And if I don't go to the bathroom right this second, I'm going to piss myself. So can you do the outro by yourself?
Yes, I can. Have a good one, Ida. So thank you all for listening, folks. Hope you enjoyed this review of American Psycho. Next time we'll be watching American Psycho 2, All American Girl. I know Ida's very excited, and so am I. So we'll see you next Thursday at 8 or for this. Remember, folks who are listening to the archive, this show is live on Twitch every Thursday at 8 p.m. and other streams as announced for shit like Breaking Bad and like shit with guests who can't do Thursday nights. So stay tuned. But every Thursday night, there will be a movie review unless tragedy occurs. And you can catch us next Thursday, which will be the 8th. I don't know why I couldn't just do the math. It's the first. When we watch All American Girl, American Psycho 2. So thanks for listening, folks. We'll see you next time. All right. The recording bots are gone. Now, just you and me here. Twitch. I just want to say that I don't have anything else to say. Goodbye.